we're actually not going to be working with any equipment today, except for a chair potentially. Just something for a little bit of stability. And we're going to be doing push-ups at some point, so they can be modified to do on a chair. But actually, if anybody's feeling like they would like to get on the floor with those, that's all good. We're also going to be doing side planks, for which I will be on the floor. If you are very unhappy about the thought of getting onto the floor, I can give you some a substitute exercise in the chair. And then I also have thrown in a reasonably challenging little cardio exercise for our third round. But again, I'll give you a couple of little options for that, but you guys all look raring to go. So should we get into it? We'll just start by getting warm. So I've actually just brought downstairs a blanket for the floor, because this is a wooden floor, just for maybe when we do the plank, so I can put my elbow on something. But aside from that, you're not going to need anything. So I will kick off. Hopefully you guys can all see me all right. It looks on my camera like it's a little bit grainy, but we'll see. All right, so actually, I'm just going to start up on my feet, and we're just going to start just by rolling those ankles round and round a little bit. And just see if my head's cut off, hopefully not. I'm only little on my screen, so it's a little bit hard for me to tell. And then we'll change direction, so that we're just coming in on the other side. If you want to be holding on to something here or sitting down, that's fine. And then we're just going to change legs and do our other ankle, big circles, and then changing the direction with those ankles. All right, and then we're just going to get straight into a bigger leg movement. So again, if you'd like to hold on, that's totally fine, but we're just going to start with some nice big high knees, just moving through that range of motion here. Not too fast to begin with, we'll just start to get warm. And then again, you might want to hold on for this. I'm just going to move into some hip circles. So I'm going to lift my knee, take it wide to the side, and then kick out behind me. Not hit my chair, just move that. So up, out, and then kicking out behind. Up, out, and then kicking out behind. And this should start to warm up through the hip and through the side of the bottom. So up and out, and then kicking the leg behind. A few more of these. Just nice and steady to begin with. That's it. One more on each side. And then we're just going to warm up a little bit through our arms. So we're going to start with some wide arms and then just crossing over our body, alternating the arm that's on top. So pulling back and then crossing over, pulling back, crossing over. So warming up the back and the shoulders a little bit. Just a couple more of these. And then we're going to carry on with a little bit of shoulder warming. So we're going to come into a backstroke. So lifting our arms high and then taking them all the way down behind. That's it. So standing nice and strong as we move our arms overhead. All right, we're going to carry on warming up through those legs again. So changing towards a bottom kick. Standing up nice and tall as we kick our heel up towards our bottom, just as high as you can manage. I know some people will be able to kick less high than others, that's totally fine. Just trying to pull your heel up as close to your bottom as you can. Feeling that hamstring, so the big muscle in the back of the leg starting to work. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next up, we're going to stretch our inner thigh. So we're going to stand with our feet apart, and then we're going to just lean down into one knee and feel that stretch through the inside of the thigh, keeping that outer heel on the floor, and then changing sides. That's it. So keeping the heel that you're leaning into on the floor. So activating through the bottom and then also stretching through the inner thigh on the other side. You can lift that toe from the floor if that helps, or you can just keep it flat. Good, one more each side. And then we're just going to run through those exercises again, but we're going to pick up the pace on a couple of them so that we just start to warm up. So let's get the high knees going again. And if you're able to, we'll get the arms involved too. So big arms and big knees, and just starting to get that blood pumping now. All right, now here's one that we don't need to go fast with, but it's just a lovely hip warmer. So high knee out to the side, then heel kicks out behind you. Sort of a single leg breaststroke almost. Thinking about that hip working. Good. Just a couple more, one more each side now. And then we're going to be crossing our body a little bit quicker. So we're going to go out and across, out and across. There we go. Starting to feel it in that upper back and shoulders. Moving into our backstroke, we can pretend that we're still at the pools. There we go. I swim a lot better on dry land, that's for sure. Anybody that's ever seen me try would know. All right, then those bottom kicks. So again, just picking up the pace a little bit, just a little bit faster. Maybe starting to just puff a little bit now. We're just feeling a little bit warmer. We're going to stop and have a real quick drink after this warm up. And then we're going to get into 3 bigger blocks of work. And those wide feet again, our Cossack squats. Once you know the name, it helps you to realize what you should be doing. So leaning into one knee, keep that chest tall, don't look at the floor. Fix your eyes ahead. If you want to do this with your chair in front of you, that's totally fine. Safety first. That's it. 3, 2, and 1. All right, ladies, let's grab a drink. I'm just wondering where I put my drink bottle actually. Hopefully in this bag of tricks that's over here. Or maybe not. So you guys grab a drink, a nice cold drink to keep your body temperature down. I shall soldier on and I'll tell you about what we're going to be doing in our blocks of work. So just to stick to that same format that I've been doing, we're going to mix strength and cardio, and we're going to do 30-second blocks of work, repeating 3 times. Our first exercise is a push-up, which is going to be good for especially upper body strength. Our second exercise is going to be those big, explosive sit to stands. So with our push-up, you've got a couple of options. We can do it from the chair, from the back of the chair. This is a ridiculously high chair. I always struggle with this one, but if you are using a normal height chair, you can either tip from the hip and just push away the weight of your upper body. This is probably beginning option. Option 2 is to stand a little bit further back on your toes. Really think about locking in your tummy to have a straight body and then dropping your whole body down towards the chair so that roughly your chest comes in line with the chair. If you want to, and this is what I might do, we can use the seat of the chair. So we're still elevated, but it's just a little bit more challenging. Or if you're feeling amazing today, you can even get on the floor. I don't think I'm going to do just because my floor's hard, but those are your options. So our push-ups, 30 seconds of those, and then we're going to move into those big explosive sit to stands, which are going to work our legs and also get our heart rate high. Functional exercise, and it really does the trick. Okay, so pick your option for your push-ups. I'll set the timer and then we're going to get into it. So 30 seconds of this exercise. we start with push-ups. Great for the upper body, but actually whole body because you have to use your core as well. Let's start with 30 seconds work. So you can either have your elbows coming out wide, which is more of a chest exercise, or you can keep your elbows narrow, skimming past your ribs, which is going to target the triceps more. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Whew, and rest. Hopefully no one's regretting their choice. Definitely I'm not. I'm really good at push-ups. Oh my goodness, that was a bit tough. All right, 15 seconds. And then we're going to be doing our big sit to stands. So take a seat and enjoy this 10 seconds. And then we'll get into it. 5 seconds. So we're going to come out of this one huffing and puffing, I guarantee. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So really exploding off your chair. Keep your heels in contact with the ground. Push down into the floor as you push your bum off the chair. That's it. Halfway. That's it, ladies, keep going. I'm saying ladies, I think somebody else might have joined. I hope it's not boy and I'm calling you ladies. 3, 2, 1. All right, take your 30 seconds. No, it's D, thank goodness. Okay, so that should have done the trick. Heart rate's lifted. We get another 20 seconds break before we get back into our push-up option. So if, like me, you're ambitious with your first choice, it's totally fine if you need to drop down in intensity, but I'm being recorded, so I'm just gonna have to stick with my decision. Let's go, we've got 30 seconds on. So remember, if you're doing a whole body push-up, really squeeze that tummy. Don't let your hips drop below parallel. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew, nice job. Okay, starting to feel it already. It's only round 1. So have a little rest. Do whatever you like, because we've got a good 15 seconds just to cool off, have a sip of drink. Next round of sit to stands is up ahead. All right, 5 seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. Let's get into it. Awesome. Find that rhythm. Ten seconds. 5 more. 3, 2, 1, and resting. Lovely. Okay, one more time. Thank goodness. All right, grab a sip of drink if you need it. I wonder where my bottle went. I've already been teaching at the gym this morning, so I might have left it there or in the car. Okay, 10 seconds. Let that heart rate fall just a bit. And then we're back into it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So you could count how many you did in the 30 seconds and try and keep it consistent, or you could just get through. 5 seconds. Oh, and resting. Whew. How was that? All right, we're just going to quickly knock these sit to stands on the head, and then we'll have a slightly longer break and get into block 2. 15 seconds, guys. All right, 5. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So same again. You could count how many you managed last time and try and match it, or you can try and beat it. Good stuff. Keep going. We've got 10 seconds. Nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. All right. Block 1 is under our belt. Is everyone feeling okay? Did it do the trick? Yes, perfect. All right, grab a drink and we will get into round 2 very shortly. The joys of working from home. There's my tap just off camera. Okay, so in our next block of exercises, again, a mixture of strength and cardio, a mixture of lower and upper. So for our strength piece, we're going to be standing with or without the chair. If you'd like to use your chair for support, that's totally fine. Otherwise, it's a great challenge to the balance as long as you can keep your posture strong. So what we're going to be doing, I'll just quickly demo, guys, don't worry, I'll count you in when it's time. It's some standing glute work. We're going to stand here, imagining that we're in the center of a clock, and then we're going to kick one heel out towards 4 o'clock for 30 seconds. Now, standing up tall, we don't lean over, we don't lean forward or backwards, we stay tall, and our leg does all the work. We should feel that in the side of our bottom. That's going to be our first 30 seconds. Then we're going to move into kicking the other leg, the other heel, towards 8 o'clock. After that 30 seconds, we'll have a break and we'll get into some shadow boxing. So you've all had a nice little breather. We're going to start with our standing glutes. So choose whether you'd like to hold on or not. Either way is absolutely fine. We're going to get going in 3, 2, 1. So that heel is kicking back towards 4 o'clock. Our chest is staying lifted. We're facing forward and we don't tip over to the side. It's fine if you're not getting very high, just as long as you're feeling it in the right spot, which is here in the side of the bottom. 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to change legs. So kicking the other leg now out towards 8 o'clock. And what I love about this exercise is that after a while, you start to feel it just as much in the leg that you're standing on as the one that's actually moving. 10 more seconds and then we're going to have a breather. 5, 3, 2, 1. Whew, all right, shake it out. How are those bum cheeks feeling? Next up, we're going to do some boxing. I mean, realistically, you can do this however you would like to. What I was thinking was that we would do round 1, just some forward punching, round 2, overhead, and round 3, downwards towards a target just in front of us. So we've got about 5 seconds remaining of our rest, and then we're going to get into this. So strong stance in the legs, 30 seconds of just some shadow boxing. So this isn't just about our arms. We need to stand strong on the ground. So think about your glutes activating and keeping you stable. Thinking about pulling your tummy in, belly button to spine, just keeping really strong through that midsection. 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew, good start. All right, 30 seconds, back to the top for our 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock glutes. I reckon this is the round that we'll start to feel the burn a little bit more. Okay, last 5 seconds. So assume the position. We're kicking 4 o'clock. Let's go. having a bit of stability with a chair is totally fine. Or if you need more, you could have your chair in front of you and be holding the back here. But just focus on staying tall and not putting too much weight through your arms. Really trying to focus on those hips doing the work. 5 seconds, guys. 3, 2, let's change sides. So standing on the right leg now, and the left heel kicks towards 8 o'clock. Ooh, but that right leg's feeling it too, right? Halfway. Really important muscles for our balance and stability. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, 2 down, boxing next. So if you really enjoy just that forward shadow boxing and want to stick with that, that's totally fine. But if you want just a slightly different move, I think we might punch up towards the ceiling. But you've got a nice 10 seconds just to grab a drink and catch your breath. And then we're going to get into this in 5, 3, 2, 1. So I'm punching up now. Still really thinking about that stability through my core. So squeezing the bottom muscles in, pulling the tummy muscles in. Ten seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1, and resting. Ooh, that one gets the shoulders too. Okay, so 30 seconds off, once more through that block of work, and then that's round 2 done and dusted. Oh, wait till you see what we've got coming up in round 3. Okay, so in about 7 seconds, we're back to those glutes. Assume your position, heels driving back to 4 o'clock. Let's go. Really squeeze at the top, feel that glute activating. 10 seconds. 5 more. 3, 2, change sides. 8 o'clock. Halfway, nearly there. 15 seconds remain. And we'll have a little break before we box. Ooh, the one we're standing on, right? 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Okay, quick breather. Then we're 30 seconds more boxing. We can punch down if you want a bit of variety, or just stick with I. Think about what might work for you most in terms of getting your heart rate up, and just choose that. Different things work for different people. All right, 5 seconds. Soften those knees if you're punching down. Let's go. So activate the glutes. Squeeze the tummy. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's so important. Halfway, 15, nearly there now, nearly there. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a breather. Awesome. Okay, time for a little drink, and I will tell you about our last round of intense work. So my plan for you guys here, I'm going to lose my chair because I don't think I will be using it, but there are going to be options. Let me just tell you about them. So we're going to be doing a side plank. Because I've got hard floor, I've just got something to pop under my elbow here. Can you guys still see me? I might just bring the camera down a little bit. I'm not quite sure. Just be on the safe side. Okay. So with our side plank, if this is what we're going to choose to do, we are going to drive our hips up high, keeping this one as high as possible to really activate through here. And we're just going to hold for 30 seconds. So I'm actually just on my knees. There is an option to be just on your feet, but actually I'm not going to choose that because I'm not amazing at side planks either. So this is a good enough challenge for me. If you do not want to get on the floor today, I would recommend hopping into your chair, sitting towards the front of it so that you're able to lean back and feel that catch in the tummy. You can either be on tiptoes with your feet or even bring your toes off the floor and just tapping down to either side. And that's going to also work your oblique muscles. The second exercise, again, we've got a couple of options because the main option is reasonably intensive, but there might be someone who wants to try it. And then I'll give you some options. So we're going to do some mountain climbers. I'm going to be on the floor and then I'm going to step in or sort of jump in like this. So options are, you could be on the floor and just tapping in, or you could use the back or seat of your chair to do the same thing. So you can either jump in or tap out and tap in. If you feel super uncomfortable with either of those, just some good old-fashioned high knees to get the heart rate lifted. All right, world's longest explanation, but hopefully you guys are with me. So we're going to get into our side plank. What we'll do is actually similar to what we did with the glutes. We'll do one side plank, then the other side plank, have a little rest, and then do our mountain climbers. So our first 30 seconds of side planking, planking 30 seconds are the longest 30 seconds, right? Okay, so driving those hips up high and holding them there. So you want to be at a right angle to the floor here. Your front should be facing the front, your back should be facing the front. I mean back, there doesn't need to be any rolling forward or backwards. Really squeeze those hips as high as they'll go. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's change sides. I need to get my changeovers going quicker, hey? Should have probably left a gap. Maybe we will next round. All right, so hips are high, as high as they'll go. If you would like to extend both your legs and be up on your feet, you're crazy, but go ahead. This will work for me. Keep squeezing up high. We might just add 5 seconds onto this one because I think we will need a changeover. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. So we're going to come up. Oh, no, we're not necessarily. If you would like to do your mountain climbers on the floor, then stay down, but we're going to have our 30-second break. If you would like to do them on your chair, then that's fine. And if you just want to do some high knees, that's fine too. So remember, we don't have to spring in and out. We can step in and out. Choose your weapon, and we're going to get going. Let's go. So alternative, stepping in and out, or you can do this leaning on the seat of your chair too. That's halfway. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and rest. So I'm gathering from how little I can see of you guys that you're all on the floor, which is awesome. Hopefully you're doing well on the floor. So we're going to get back to our side planks, and we are going to have a little changeover period in between. So we'll do 30 seconds, have 15 seconds to change over, and then do the other side. All right, let's get into side one. So driving up on that elbow, hips high in the air, squeezing through the muscles on the side of the tummy, towards the floor. Seven seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to have a little bit of time just to change over. Ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hips are high. Squeeze that tummy. So remember those options. If you want to do a chair Russian twist, then be my guest. Another good workout for the obliques. 5 seconds. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Whew, okay. Mountain climbers are coming up. I don't know about you, but I am warm. So grab a sip of water by all means. Think about how that last round felt for you. If you want to change the intensity, that's fine, I understand. But decide which way you'd like to do these, or if you'd prefer to just do some good old high knee marching. 5 seconds and we're into them. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we still need to keep that squeeze through our tummies. Halfway. I've got no shoes on. This wood floor is hard. That's it, keep moving guys. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh, goodness. All right, last round. So straight back into our side planks, 15 seconds rest. Let's assume the position. 3, 2, 1, and we're up. So just check in that your hips are stacked on top of each other. Squeezing high. Just think about pushing up if you feel your hips start to drop. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Quick changeover period. Last one of these. Praise be. All right, ready to roll, and we're up. Really squeezing. This is it soon. We've just got 10 seconds remaining. 5, and drop. Whew, good stuff, guys. And if you've just got a little fume left in the tank, we're going to do one last set of our mountain climbers, or whatever option you've chosen to get your heart rate up this time. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Halfway. Ten seconds. Last 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh, my goodness. Please let me see that someone else is as puffed as I am. How are you feeling, Rose? That's good. All right, we are going to finish with a couple of exercises more specifically for our balance. So let me tell you what we're going to do. First exercise is a curtsy lunge. I'll just move my screen so you can see me fully again. So what we're going to be doing is stepping one foot behind the other, bending both knees, coming up and regaining that stance. So a curtsy. Essentially, us ladies are probably familiar with that. We always do it when we were little girls, but it's just actually a very challenging stance for our balance, and it also is a good leg exercise. And we're going to finish off with some good old standard standing balance positions. So we'll do 3 lots of each. Let's start with our curtsy. If you need a chair to hover above, that's totally fine, but let's go. Take your time because this is challenging. Just bend your knees as much as you're able to. Behind, so front heel is on the floor, back toes are on the floor. 5 seconds. Try for one more. That's it. All right, quick rest. And then I would like you to pick your most challenging standing position. So that might be standing with your feet very close together only. It might be a split stance, so a tandem stance. But if you can, I'd love for you to have a go at lifting one foot from the floor as well. So choose whatever you'd like to. If you want to hover above a chair, be my guest. All right, we're aiming for 30 seconds in our challenging stance. Now, if you are standing here and feeling like you could be here for 2 hours, we're going to add in a little bit extra. So just a bit of a scan. Eyes going from one side to the other. Turning your head, it instantly gets tougher. Lovely. All right, if you were on one leg or in a tandem stance, we're going to change it around. So the next 30 seconds, either with the other leg at the back or standing on the other leg. Make it a challenge, guys, but stay safe. If you need that chair to hover over, make sure you've got something. 10 seconds. 5. And rest. Oh, awesome. All right, we're going to run through those exercises one more time. So the curtsies and then the stances, and then we'll stretch, and that'll be us for today. But don't worry, because I'm back tomorrow at 11 a.m. too. If you're feeling like you just didn't get enough today, that's my other usual hydrotherapy slot. So unfortunately this week it was all I could do. All right, we're going to get into those curtsies. So stepping behind, bending both knees and coming back to your original position. Chest stays lifted. We stay looking ahead. Chest doesn't go to the floor. That's it. Lovely. Nice and steady. 5 more seconds. Oops, I nearly fell over then looking at my clock. That's what happens, you see. And resting. Awesome. Okay. So last one of these, one on each leg, either a tandem stance or a single leg stance if you're able to, or if you need to keep both feet on the ground, we're just going to do it twice. Okay, so choose your stance and we're going to head into the first 30 seconds. So scanning with the head, or if that's a bit much, as we do in the water, you can always lift alternating arms to the ceiling, but keep a fixed gaze. That's it. Ooh, nearly there. Might be feeling that wobble now as we get a little bit tired. That's all good. 3, 2, 1. Change your stance around. Last time now. Last 30 seconds. This one's definitely my less good leg for balancing on. We've all got one. Ten seconds, ladies. Whoop. 3, 2, 1, and resting. Excellent work. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully you feel like you've had a good old workout, because I certainly do. That was pretty intense at times. Hopefully there were enough options for you guys as well, because I know that we all are of different ability levels, but I like to try and accommodate everybody. Do let me know in the chat or just feeding back how you think it was, and if there's anything that you would have liked me to do differently. Let's stretch. So we'll just start off in the chair. We're going to stretch out glutes. If you have a hip that's been replaced, please don't do this one. I'll give you another option. But if you're able to, we're going to pop our ankle across our knee and just let that top knee drop away. If your hip is not feeling quite up to scratch today, then just pop it down a little bit lower in your leg. I've just had my battery level flash up. I didn't realize I wasn't plugged in. I'd hate to lose you. Let me just quickly plug you in. So when we finished on that one side, we can change across and do the other side. There we go. You're stuck with me now. I plugged you in. Okay, let's stretch those hamstrings. So keep one foot on the floor. Pop the other leg straight in front of you. Heel is down, toes are pulling up towards you. This leg is straight, and reach for your toes. Change legs. So opposite foot goes flat on the floor, then the other heel goes out, reaching for that toe. Sit up tall. We're just going to stretch through our lower back. So knees and hips stay facing the front, but turning to look over our shoulder and feeling that release through the lower back. And then slowly turning to the other side. Sitting up tall, bring the hands as wide as they will go. Push your hands back, squeeze your shoulder blades together and open through your chest. And then reach up and tilt straight over that hip to open up through this one side. Change sides. And then we're just going to finish our last couple of stretches on our feet. So use your chair for support. If you're able to, we're going to catch our foot and hold our heel towards our bottom. Knees stay together, standing tall and tipping the hips slightly forward, squeezing the bottom forward. If you can't catch your foot like this, then try this instead. Step back, put those back tiptoes on the floor or ball of the foot on the floor and scoop your bottom forward as far as you can. So really feel your bum squeeze forward and it should open through the front of this hip and leg. And if you want a little bit more, you can always take that arm towards the ceiling. And then we're going to change sides. So again, if you're able to, catch your foot and hold your heel towards your bottom as you stand tall. But if not, pop the ball of that back foot down on the floor, squeeze your bottom under as far as it will go, and you can reach that hand up to the ceiling. And then just finally, we're going to stretch out calves. So we're stepping back. This time your heel goes onto the floor. The back leg is straight, the front knee is bent, and you should feel a lovely stretch in the lower leg. And the other side. And that's us. Thank you for joining me this morning. Oh, hopefully it was a good workout. I'm feeling suitably warm and ready for a sit down, so hopefully you are too. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. with a different workout. If you're able to join me, that's awesome, but I totally understand that 2 days in a row might not be for everybody. That's no problem at all. We might have a different crew tomorrow. If you would like to unmute, you're welcome to, and let me know how that was for you or anything.